raise the podium a little bit. Dean Berkowitz, faculty, distinguished guests, family and friends, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to address you all this morning. To my family who didn't know I was speaking today, surprise. And to my girlfriend's family from Hawaii, aloha. Why nursing? Why do you want to become a nurse? These questions, followed by other suggestions for a career, are what I heard repeatedly, even from members of my own family, when I left my career on Wall Street to pursue my new career as a nurse. As many of my classmates and teachers know, I like to talk a lot, and when asked why nursing, I would always respond with my life story, which I'm going to share with you now, but it's a condensed version so we can all be out in time for lunch. I was born with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. It's a heart disease in which the walls of the ventricle are too thick. As a result of this illness, I suffered a stroke at the age of 22 and was left with severe right-sided weakness and aphasia, which for you non-medical people, that means the inability to speak. It was the nurse in the hospital who stayed past her shift to watch home videos of me singing to help me remember who I was and regain my memory. It was the nurse practitioner that called me every week, not just to adjust my Coumadin level, but to ask me how my girlfriend was doing. It was the nurse who held my hand, the nurse who encouraged me, the nurse who made me believe in myself again. It was the nurse who did not just give me back my health, but who gave me back my life. There is nothing that I could do to express the gratitude I had for nurses except to become one and hopefully make that difference in the life of someone else. The role of the nurse is the role that is best able to heal all aspects of the patient, both physical and emotional. That is why I am choosing to become a nurse. And that would usually make me pretty quiet on Wall Street. And I must admit that I came to Columbia thinking that my story was a special one. A story that was unique. A story that would make me exceptionally well suited to be a nurse. And yet, when I arrived on campus, I found myself surrounded by individuals with stories just as, if not more, compelling than mine. Quite honestly, now having obtained my master's degree, I think it is finally safe to say that throughout my matriculation, I have had countless experiences where I have looked around the room at all of you smart and selfless people and thought to myself, when are they going to realize they mixed up my application? My entry to practice cohort consisted of cancer survivors, military war heroes, doulas, massage therapists, professional musicians, and liberal arts and science majors who all wanted to find a career with purpose and meaning. My master's cohort consisted of nurses who quit their jobs to pursue further education in hopes of being able to serve their patients in a greater capacity as nurse practitioner, nurse anesthetist, or nurse midwife. The classes I took with the PhD students showed me that there are brilliant individuals in this world who, through research, are selfless enough to improve the lives of thousands of individuals without ever having met them. My Doctor of Nursing practice cohort consists of nurse leaders, some nearing what many would consider retirement age, continuing to better themselves on behalf of their patients. No, much to my disappointment that first semester, my personal triumphs do not make me special. For there is not only one special story at Columbia Nursing. Today, there are hundreds of special stories with one common, united, and resounding statement: I am a Columbia nurse. value of our education at Columbia Nursing is immeasurable. The experience of having learned alongside such driven and intelligent individuals is indescribable. Most importantly, the impact that all of us will have on the well-being of society is incomprehensible. Now, when my old co-workers from Wall Street ask me why I wish to be a nurse, I do not need a lengthy personal story. I simply reply, why would I want to be anything else? While I am proud to be standing here today, this is not the proudest day of my life, and I know that no one graduating today feels that way either. That goes for you too, Mom. I see you crying. For it is not our past that makes a nurse worthy of praise. It is what we choose to make of our future. Our proudest moments will come when our academic achievements give way to improved patient outcomes, when the entry to practice student passes the NCLEX National Licensing Exam and gets her first job as a registered nurse, when the nurse practitioner or nurse anesthetist finds the optimal medication dose for his patient, when the nurse midwife hands the newborn to his mother, when the nurse researcher wins the Nobel Prize, and when those of us graduating today teach the future nurse leaders of tomorrow, that will be the time we feel a sense of accomplishment. But it will still not be enough. Not for us. Not for the Columbia nurse. We became nurses to put the needs of our patients before ourselves. Therefore, we are only special if we make our patients feel special. We can only be as proud of ourselves as our patients are proud to have us as their providers. And as a Columbia nurse, we know that every morning we arise, there will always be another patient to make proud. And so, our proudest moment does not come today. It must not. Our proudest moment will be every tomorrow. Thank you all very much for considering me worthy enough to be called nurse.